Good evening, everybody. I'm going to be doing a little format weekly now, where I go over all the pairs that I'm looking at, or all the pairs that I mostly trade, and look for setups. So this is GJ. This is the monthly chart. Let's have a look here. Wow, 2009, 2007, what a great year. 250 yen for a pound. Okay, so monthly chart. We've had a big drop, a couple of supply areas been made on the way down. I think that is a weekly supply because I can't see the candle on the monthly. A couple of supply areas pushed price right down. That is a huge drop from 193 all the way down to 124. You could argue that that's a double bottom, maybe even a triple as it come down. But that was last year, that was Corona. So since the coronavirus, we've had a reaction and we're in a bullish trend, as you can see. And this was a supply zone. And we have currently taking that out. We'll go to the weekly chart. Let's have a look at the weekly. As you can see, that supply zone that we recently collected, price has moved down since then. But I think long term we will be going back up at least to this supply zone here. So I think price is just moving back now, back down to this demand area here before we see another price up. So I gave this setup out last week, I think it was. So that's my long term buy for GJ from this demand area up to this supply zone here. Let's go back to the daily. As you can see, the supply zone is the one that we just hit. Looking to take that out, go to the one above. Got the move down, a couple of demand zone here. This is obviously looks like a nice strong one. It got tested. It rejected once there last week, or the week before last, sorry, and I think we're going to revisit it again. So what I'm looking for is the move. I'm looking for a move down there. Oh, maybe test this break and then up again. That's what I'm looking for. GJ. Okay, Euro AUD. We recently hit TP on this pair. We'll go back out to the weekly, have a look. So we can see what's going on. Again, last year, Australian dollar was very weak when the coronavirus hit. But if you go back in time, it was a previous supply zone from 2009. So that's a pretty strong bullish trend on the weekly. As you can see there, we collected this demand zone and it met the trend line and we got a pushback up. So you could still say it was bullish overall. Go on the daily, this is the big long trend line. So yeah, that was the last TP that I gave out. I'm looking for another one. I'd like to see price push up a little bit here, come back down towards this secondary trend line here, and then I'll buy from this demand zone here, straight up to supply. Euro AUD, Euro GBP. Long term, I'm in favour of the pound personally. So I'm always inclined to see this drop a little more. But if we go back out to the weekly chart and have a look, go back in time. Recently, last year with the coronavirus again, the pound dropped, and we went close to the all-time. The all-time high there is 97 cents. Yeah, it's never been equal one for one, and I don't think it ever will. The pound will always be the dominant currency in my eyes between all the majors. So, yeah, what looks to be It looks like we could be in this little range here, personally. We'll probably visit that again, and then maybe go back up, maybe up to 90 cents for another drop. Either way, if you come down to this demand area here, I'll buy up, and if we get up to the top there, I'll sell down. I'd like to see it visit. If we get back up to this supply area around 90 cents, I would like to hold a sell long term, possibly to come down here to 75 cents. That's on Euro GBP weekly. So, as you can see, this is that big weekly demand zone that we visited. Big push up, drop since, and it's been incredibly slow, this pair actually. We've been ranging for 1, 2, 3, couple of months now. We did hit TP on this pair, although I did close early because it was painful to watch the up and down movements. You could have scalped it actually on lower time frames and made a ton of money. So I'd either call a buy from this demand zone here or this one here, back up to this supply zone. Ultimately, if we get down to this weekly demand zone, then I'll be holding on for a long buy, or right back up to this big supply zone here. Big return of risk to reward ratio returns on those type of trades. So that's what I'm looking for on Euro GBP. Gold, the gold stuff. Who doesn't love a bit of gold? Weekly time frame, massive bull. Go back God knows how long. Last year made a move. 2020 was the year of gold. Went up to just over $2,000 an ounce. So I think we're going to continue. Banks hold gold in the safes. Everyone holds gold as a reserve. They print money off the strength of how much gold that they hold. So it's a very valuable commodity. Who doesn't want to see the price of gold go up, especially if they're holding it as an insurance policy? Because with crypto coming on the scene, people are making plays. Will it survive? Will it flourish like people say it will, or will it fall? Well, you don't know, but you can't argue with a solid object such as gold as a nice investment. So I'm looking for buys on gold always. I'll wait for the price to come back down and buy. We bought when it hit this weekly demand zone here. We bought here, up this one. Moved the stop loss up and we got stopped out, and then we bought again on this double bottom here, and we rode it up for I think it was a couple of thousand pips. We've since seen price drop back down. This daily demand zone that's created on the way up, touched back again in this trend line. We broke above the downtrend line, and it looks like we're testing this zone here. I gave this setup out, I think it was last week, maybe. I think so. If this holds here, and then we start to see price move sideways a little in the next day or so, I'll be looking to buy in from this zone. I won't think twice about just buying in small size and letting it run. So that's my thoughts on gold. Don't over leverage. Get a nice small position in. You can scale in if it starts getting really strong bullish wise. You can just wait until we break above this supply zone near that was previously broken, and it looks like you could rebuy in and add another position onto your original one. So no need to over leverage and try and gain as much as possible. No need to be greedy. There's always opportunities in the markets. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I'll do this once a week mostly, I think, on a Sunday, and give you the setups that I'm looking for.